Thomas, sounds good. Well, recently all the economic news we've been hearing is pretty dismal, but here's some good news. The amount of money Americans owe on their credit cards is shrinking. On average, though, we owe about $4,900 apiece. It's down from $5,700 this time last year, but if you're still drowning in debt, there are some strategies to help pay off those credit cards quickly. Want to hear about them? Jason Cochran from walletpop.com is here now to offer 5 tips for getting out from under your debt. Good to see you as always, Jason.
Happy Wednesday, Kerri-Lee.
To you as well. Okay, help us out here. Number 5, use debt calculators. What are these and how do they work?
Oh, it's simple. You go online somewhere and it tells you basically how much you're going to owe given your interest rates, your monthly payments, your other budgetary concerns. And there's a bunch that you can use. We have a whole lot at walletpop.com at walletpop.com/calculators. Use them first because that'll know what you're up against. You'll know your stakes.
Hint, hint, check out walletpop.com. It's always worth it. I always see so much good stuff. All right, number 4, know your fixed expenses. Pretty important, obviously.
Basically, yeah, you just need to know how much money you have. What's your rent or your mortgage? How much are you paying on daycare? How much are you spending on your car? That's going to tell you how much extra money you have left over at the end of the month. And then you'll know, basically from what you learned from the debt calculators, how the two are going to match up. If you don't have enough money at the end of the month, you either need to cut your expenses or you need to earn money. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it goes back to that whole make a budget thing that we heard years ago when we were young. All right, number 3, this makes sense too, and it's really, really important. Go after those higher rate cards first.
It is important, and almost every financial expert agrees with this. You go after the credit card that has the highest interest rate first, because if you leave that alone, then you can really find yourself in a death spiral. That does not mean, by the way, that you ignore your other credit cards. Do the monthly minimum payment on those. You just make sure that you put most of your resources towards that high interest credit card.
Yeah, really attack that big one, absolutely. Okay, number 2, pay off low balance cards early to feel in control. I wasn't sure what you meant by this one.
It seems like a contradiction, but you know, being in debt is a very stressful situation for a lot of people. A lot of sleepless nights, and some people just throw in the towel and it gets worse because of it. So if you're one of those people who feels like it's going out of control and you have one credit card that has a much, much smaller balance than the others, pay it off. Get rid of it. Get it off your mind. Having that one card off your plate can often give you the psychological edge that you're going to need to attack the rest of the cards and really get rid of them too.
That's a really good idea, you know, just so you feel like you're making progress and you can see the progress happening. All right, number 1, don't transfer those balances between cards from your Home Depot to your Amex to your Visa. I mean, don't, right? Bad.
Well, it can work, but usually not in the time frame that you need it to, because the low introductory rate that you'll often get on new cards will be expired by the time, before you actually need it to be, and then the high interest rate starts all over again, and you find yourself back at square one. It's really better to grab control of your expenses from the very start and not try to shuffle the pieces around the game board.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you get that wonderful moment when you can know they're all paid off and cut those things up and not use them. Jason Cochran from walletpop.com. Thank you so much. Really great tips.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, a lot of great advice. Facebook has a new